I'm going to show you why the new Blacklion Audio Revolution 6x6 is a game changer for content creators who go live on TikTok or YouTube or any social media. So whether you're an NPC, someone who plays live music for your followers, or just want to step up your shorts audio quality, the new Revolution 6x6 makes it super easy. We'll of course talk specs and features, what this box can do for you as an audio interface, and answer the question, has Blacklion Audio improved the noise floor from the original 2x2 and improved measurements? Let's talk about it. Quick disclaimer, Blacklion Audio did send me this unit to review, but has no say-so in the content of this video, so you can expect an honest, unbiased opinion. That said, I put a lot of work into these videos to try to help you make an informed decision, so if you end up purchasing, I'd super appreciate you using my link in the description below to help support a smaller channel. The Blacklion Audio Revolution 6x6 is a USB-C audio interface, and at the time of this video has a retail price of $549. Looking at the build quality, this is a heavy-duty metal box. The knobs feel weighted and turn with a slight resistance that makes the unit feel premium. From the preamps to the headphone jacks to the monitor outs, all connections are firm. Nothing about the build feels like corners were cut. Looking inside the unit, you'll find a maze of high-quality components, and this is where Blacklion Audio prides themselves. Now, if you're not familiar, Blacklion Audio made a name for itself by taking audio interfaces that are made by other brands and modding them with premium components to make them even better. So they've taken those years of experience and have created their own product, which brings us to the 6x6. First came the 2x2, and plenty of audio engineers, musicians, and actual artists who used the first interface were impressed by the audio quality, which is no surprise considering Blacklion uses only the most premium components. That said, there were some who based their judgment on specs and measurements over audio quality who felt the first Revolution didn't quite measure up, so surely Blacklion Audio must have changed their formula so the measurement data will look better on paper, and after a conversation with BLA, I can confirm the new Revolution 6x6 is still focused on sound over specs. That means for those of you who actually got to use the 2x2, you're still going to get that great musical mojo of the first unit, inputs that have weight and sound great on vocals, outputs that give energy to whatever you play back, and top-shelf macro MMC clocking with ultra-low jitter for great conversion. The 6x6 will once again deliver high-end audio quality. In fact, Blacklion even included this statement on their spec page. Dynamic range is affected by our preference to tuning individual stages for tonality. We found that the best sounding parts in the output path weren't necessarily the lowest noise components, but they resulted in an optimal tone and signal purity that is instantly apparent to the listener. Electronic design is a game of compromise, and we're confident your ears will agree with our choices. So let's run through the unit front and back, and we'll talk about what it can do for you along the way. On the front, we have channels 1 and 2, which consist of two mic pre-line inputs with up to 59 dB of gain. And just in case you're wondering, I'm using an SM7B straight into the interface, so it's got plenty of gain for that. You've got your gain knob on top, a phantom power button under that, with an instrument button on the bottom. Next up is the standalone button, where you can select your sample rate and output, or hold to engage standalone mode. That's right, you don't even need a computer to run this interface. Simply plug it into the wall using the included power supply to use it as a standalone master clock, an ADC or a DAC converter, or to connect your phone and run those live streams. More on that in a bit. We then have your level meter, which by default will display your output, but can be switched using the input meter button to show your input signal. In between those is your big knob, which controls the volume going to the monitor outputs. Above that is a USB light, which will light up just a little bit, enough to let you know you're connected to your computer via USB. Then there's an input/playback knob for direct monitoring, a mono headphone button to engage mono summing and the headphone outputs, and then two independently controlled headphone outputs with volume knobs above. On the back from left to right, we've got a 5-volt USB port to plug the interface into the wall, a power switch, and a USB to computer port for, you guessed it, connecting to your computer. Now here's where things get interesting. This OTG or on-the-go USB port is so that you can plug in your cell phone to the interface, no computer needed, which allows you to stream with professional audio quality straight into your video. So whether you're just talking or playing live music for your audience, you're now going to have pristine stereo audio quality instead of just using the microphone built into your cell phone. Now, I assume you'd have to connect it to a computer and deal with some sort of complex routing in the software, but not at all. You simply connect your cell phone and it just works. No technical knowledge needed, and it's this feature that really separates this interface from the rest and is why I think it's the best audio interface for content creators who live stream from your phone.
Okay, so just a little comparison. I am now using the microphone that's built into my cell phone. For reference, I have a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It doesn't sound bad at all. I mean, it sounds fine as is, but we're going to go ahead and connect the Revolution 2x2. We're going to use the SM7B straight into the interface, straight into my phone to see what it sounds like and what we get. And now we're speaking into the SM7B, into the Revolution, straight into my cell phone, no computer connected. Now I did test this on Facebook Live, this is a YouTube short, and on TikTok as well, and it works across all platforms. You simply plug and play. So let me know in the comments below if you hear enough of a difference to justify the purchase, and if this is something that's valuable to you.
Next to that, we have an SPDIF in and out you can use to connect media players or guitar processors, a word clock output to use the Revolution as your primary clock, or word clock input to sync the Revolution to your primary clock in standalone mode. Now finally, on the far right, we have your monitor outputs, which have a 106 dB dynamic range. It does come with a software bundle to get you started, which includes Studio One Artist and Isotope Elements, and in my time with it, I've experienced zero driver issues or hiccups. The software and mixer are easy to use, even a novice should be able to figure it out, and if you're wondering how those preamps sound, again, I've been using my SM7B straight into the preamp. That sums up the 6x6, so what do I want to see in a future upgrade? Well, first, I'd like a flagship rack mount unit instead of a portable box. A 2 mic pre-line inputs on the front is fine, add more gain if possible. If you're going to have on the go, have it on the front to easily connect your phone. Have a bigger LED meter that displays everything from the input signals across all analog channels to the stereo output signal. Keep the big knob, and the 2 headphone outputs are fine. On the back, I'd like to see ADAT as well as 8-line inputs and 10-line outputs for monitors and external gear. That's just my personal wish list. I'm sure Black Lion Audio is going to be watching, so leave a comment and let me know what features you'd like to see. That's going to wrap things up for today, so until next time, thank you for watching, stay tuned, and have a great rest of your day.